In today's video, it's video number 5. It's everything about chipping and pitching and flopping and actually using the punch. This is everything around the green you need to know to go champion. This is just a 10-minute video, so it's just an overview to help new guys and beginners to get a grasp on what the best club to use around the green. So again, let's get right into it. As you can see, I picked Pinehurst. You are below the hole on this particular shot. Now, which club do you want to use and the best results? Well, the caddy gives you a chip. And I'll tell you, the chip is the worst possible choice in the bag because you're below the hole and you have too much green to work with for this particular shot. So as you'll notice, that a chip is just like a glorified putt. So it's only going to go about 1 foot in the air and run the rest of the way on the green. So if you're hitting below the hole, the chip is just going to hit the side of the mound and stop. Even though you use the correct power, you're not going to get the result that you're looking for when you use the chip. So this video, I'm going to show you all 4 different types of shots, what kind of power is needed to be used, and why you would use one versus the other, depending on the situation and what suits best for you. But I'm going to show them all, and we're going to first go ahead and start with the flop. And in this particular case, the flop is only good for when you have a situation where you only have a good lie. If you have a lie where you're in thick rough, the flop is not the shot that you're going to choose because it will not be accurate, meaning that your power settings are not going to match what your setting is on your particular meter bar. So as long as you have a good lie, you know you can confidently use the settings for WGT, and it's going to go where you want it to go in the right distance. So in this shot, you'll see I'm lining up because of that mile-an-hour wind. It's going to try to push that ball to the right. And even the chips are going to also go, and pitches and putts are going to slightly go to the right of wherever you're aiming. So in this particular case, I'm going to allow for the green to draw the ball into the hole after it lands and flops. So we're going to go ahead and try this flop first. Now you'll see right around here is my 16 foot or 16 yard distance. Up here is around 18, 19, but there's my sweet spot around 75%. And you can see this is 9 yards. So we're going to go ahead and give it a little shot. And you can see that's a perfect,
very nice shot.
Flop shot to get you up and out and down out of a bad situation. Now that we've covered the flop, now we're going to go to use another club in the bag. We're going to use the same exact setup. Now this time we're going to use the pitch. And you can see it's pretty much the same setup. I'm going to look at the power that I need to use. I see my 14s around there. I can see that's where I want to be on this particular shot. So let's try it. I was a little off on my shot.
Very nice shot.
Very nice shot.
That changed it, so if I was to hit that shot a little bit better, it would have been a little closer. But you're now getting the idea. Now we're going to go ahead and try a different shot. We're going to go ahead and try a full. And you can see I don't recommend using the full because it's really hard to stop distance between anything under 20 yards. So even though this is a nice short shot, this is the distance it should be. But as you can see, it doesn't want to stop, it doesn't want to bite, and I've just turned an easy out walkable par into a double, maybe even a possible double bogey situation with that particular shot. So again, it's why you don't want to use the full shot around the green, and it's why you have the other tools in your bag, like the pitch and the flop and the chip. And you don't want to use the full shot unless you absolutely have to. And again, this is still a little bit too strong. As you can see, it sits, but it doesn't want to stop. If you have a better ball, it might
very nice shot.
Perform
very nice shot.
Better for you. But again, the full shot is not what I recommend. Now, you can also try, and in some situations some people have done, is We're going to try the pull one more time, okay, just to see if we can get it into a reasonable zone. And there, finally. Now you can see that I had to really back off on the power to be able to get the shot that I was looking for using the full wedge. So now I'm going to get a little tricky here, and we're going to use the punch, which I don't recommend because the punch is designed to go, rocket straight sideways, not up, not down. So it's only going to go right off the ground a little bit. But some people have done it. I've done it a few times. So I'm just going to demonstrate for you what it will do. But again, it's not a shot I would recommend under any circumstance unless you're needing to go under a tree or to move or miss some type of obstacle. Let's give it a try. Now, as you can see, it works, but I wouldn't really want to rely on it like I do my other shots. So the ideal shot for this particular hole, in my opinion, would be the pitch or the flop. Because of the lie condition, and it's good. Now me, I would probably use the pitch because the pitch is going to give you an opportunity to hole out, meaning the pitch is designed to hit, it's called a bump and run. So here's the chip, the same speed that you should be hitting at, and you can see it doesn't go anywhere. So if you're like me and you've watched this video, you'll know you've done that 100 times, that you've set up for the chip shot and it doesn't act right at all, meaning you've given it even a little bit more power and it doesn't do it. So you can use the chip, but you're going to have to add a lot more power to your shot to compensate for it being downhill, and you need to compensate. Now this was a full swing, and you can see I got it up and out, but it wouldn't be the shot that I pick and choose out of my bag because I can't control it like I could the pitch or the flop. So I would recommend if you were shooting into this green and it was downhill, then I would use the flop, because the flop is going to stop the ball the fastest and not let it roll at all, or very little after it stops. So if it's really, really downhill, pointing down, you want to use full backspin and your flop so that ball doesn't get away from you and you turn an easy walkable par into a bogey or double bogey. And again, that's kind of what I recommend. I think we're going to go ahead and give this one more try here. And as you can see, even without hitting the ding, it was a great shot, and I can birdie that out, no problem. And it's as easy as that. We're going to go ahead and give one more try here. We're going to go ahead and show and finish out a pitch, see if I can get a little bit closer. There we go. Now, you always want to try to leave the ball below the hole so you have an uphill putt. Now, this isn't ideal. I'd rather have been a little bit stronger and been a little bit past, because you don't want even a short putt out with some angle and break. So you want to have it where you've tried to make the shot, so it's going to turn to the left and be below the hole for your next shot going up. What you don't want to do is leave it short and high, so your next putt is a 5 or 6 or 7 foot and it's downhill and it breaks. Those are going to be the most difficult putts to control in WGT. So you have to take in consideration where your ball is compared to the hole, and understand that a chip is going to land about 1 foot after you hit it. So it's going to land right into that deep rough and stop, and it's not going to be a reliable shot. You'd have to do much harder and much more of a shot to compensate for the fact that the chip does not get up in the air the way that the other clubs do. So again, a few more things to consider is the wind, 13 to 15. That will affect almost any shot around the green, and it can affect the distance too. So you have to take into consideration how much wind and the angle, if you have to add or subtract off your shot for that. So we're pretty much getting finished at the end of the video. I'm going to finish with this last pitch shot. and tell you, you know, this is consistent. You could be able to be confident that you can grab the right club in your bag and get the job done almost every time. Even if you don't hit the sweet spot, you can be close enough that you know you can get a 3 foot or less putt to get out of that hole, because again, these holes are treacherous. If you miss it, you're going to pay, because it's going to dribble right back off the green and you're going to end up right back where you started, and that's going to be a big lesson. So hope you enjoyed the video. Download it, like it, tell your friends, tell your next door neighbors, and again, look forward to the next video. And again, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.